Hello everyone and welcome to semester 2. I've had some questions today about lesson 3.9, which is actually the first lesson that you'll see in this new semester on loan terms and fees. And so I thought I would just do a quick little video to hopefully clear some stuff up so that you can get through that first quiz. So loan terms and fees does get more complicated when it comes to determining interest or monthly payments, and then obviously figuring out the total amount that a person is paid over a set term, which could be in years or months. So you'll see as you go through this, I highly recommend take notes. Remember, you can get extra credit for turning them in at the end of the semester. But go through these examples and try them out for yourself prior to going to the actual quiz. So this first example is talking about a 3-year loan that David took out for $4,500 at 11% interest. It's telling you how much he paid per month. So it's telling you the payment amount, okay, but that's only per month. So it's asking you how much did he pay in interest. So over those 3 years, how much did he pay in interest? Well, we know that his principal was $4,500. So his interest is going to be on top of that principal. So what you need to do first is figure out how much he paid monthly for the 3 years. So there's 12 months in a year, so 36 months total in this term. He paid $147.32 each month, so we're multiplying that by 36. So this is the total amount, $5,303.52, that he paid in 3 years. So he's paid $5,300. So in order to figure out how much he paid in interest over those 3 years, we simply take the total amount paid and subtract the principal, and that's how much interest he paid. So when you get a loan and it says you'll have to pay interest, obviously it's going to be on top of the principal amount that you're paying back. Okay, so that's that first one. Okay, so then they have some questions down here, and they kind of word it a little bit differently. And I don't want you to get confused on how they word it. So this first one, it says, Trevor took out a 1-year loan for $950 at 10% interest. He repaid $1,002.24. Okay, it's asking up here, how much did he pay in interest? Well, this one, they're giving you more information than you need. So he paid this amount. So all you're going to do is subtract $950 from it. And that's going to be how much interest he paid. Okay, so we didn't even need to pay attention to the 10% on that one. Okay, this next one, again, it's the same setup. It says that she had a 2-year loan for $3,200 at 8% interest. She repaid $3473.45. So what's the interest? Well, subtract $3,200 from this amount, and you've got your interest paid. Okay, now this one is like the example question. So this one again is telling you how much they paid per month. So they took out a loan for $1,800 at 12% interest. She repaid $47.40 per month. So first you need to determine how many months are in a year, 12. Okay, then multiply that by 4, which is 48. So this term is 48 months long. You multiply that by 47.40, and whatever that amount is the total that she paid. So then subtract $1,800 from that, and you've got your answer. So for question 4, this one's a little different. It's asking you how much they paid each month. So Ramiro took out a 5-year loan for $6,100 at 9% interest. He repaid $75.97.80. So how much did he pay each month? Well, this total amount is actually telling you how much he paid over the 5 years monthly. So what you would need to do is determine how many months did he pay for. So that would be 5 times 12, so 60 months, and then simply divide 60 into $75.97.80, and that gives you your monthly payment. So it's still not asking you to figure out any kind of an equation. It hasn't given you an equation. It's just kind of working backwards. So again, we're not paying attention to really this information. We're just paying attention to the term and the total amount paid to determine how much he paid each month. So it'd be $75.97.80 divided by 60. So hopefully going over those 4 will help you as you go through the quiz here. Again, when you're reading the quiz, you need to pay close attention to the information that it's giving you and what they're asking. So this first one, it says, how much did a person pay in interest? Okay, he took out a year loan for $1,250 at 10%. He repaid $1,500. Okay, so we're looking at $1,500, and then how much the loan was for. So we go $1,500 minus $1,250, and that's your amount that he paid in interest. Okay, this next one is just talking about fees, which I didn't cover by going over that, but this is just how much did he pay in total fees. So we got an annual fee of $55 and 2 late payment fees of $35. So you'll do 35 times 2 to determine how much you paid in late fees plus 55, and that gives you the fees amount. Okay, this third one is talking about credit card balances, which again, you're going to find all of that at the bottom of this one. I didn't go over it. So this one's talking about the fees that they have with certain credit cards. This is talking about minimum fees. So you look at your balance and then what the minimum payment is, and you would multiply 2.5% to the balance, and that determines your monthly payment. So again, if we go back to this question, it says find the minimum payment. So Alice has a balance of $844. The minimum payment is 2.5% of her balance. So you would multiply that by $844, and that would give you her minimum payment. Okay, how much did Sally pay in interest? So this is going back to that first thing we were talking about. So she has a 4-year loan for $4,100 at 7.5%. She repaid $47,1901. So take $47,1901, subtract $4,100. That gives you your answer. And then finally, Molly has a balance of $25.49. The minimum payment is 2.5% for 5 years. How much interest did she pay? So this is a longer one. However, I gave you this hint right here. So as long as you do the steps that I tell you right here, you will get this answer. Okay, so remember to determine the minimum payment first. So 2.5% times $25.49 gives you the minimum payment. Round it to the nearest cent, because it's going to be like 0.725. So it's got to be 0.73 for your cents. And then multiply that by the number of months paid. So how many months are in 5 years? Subtract the balance from the total amount paid, and you'll have your answer.